Here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What another blessed day that he has allowed us to see. We're on this side of the dirt. Thank God for that. And we bless him for the same. Well, I am Portia Wheatley. I am the founder and the president of a nonprofit organization and a 501c3 acknowledged as Trophy of Life Incorporated. We have the pleasure of rendering hope and encouragement to the world. Um, yes. Doesn't that sound good? To the world, to the world. We've got it. God's given it to us. So we're going to share it with the world. Let's welcome our co-host, Takira.
Hello.
And we will welcome our guests momentarily. But I want to again welcome you to Project 365. This platform is all about sharing hope, encouragement, and inspiration. This is what we do. We take good pleasure in doing it. God has allowed us to do it, so He allowed it. We're going to do it. I want you to, first of all, no, let me put it out there as a reminder. Don't forget to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, 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 and share and like and all of that. Give us your comments and all of that. Even something that you might want to share. We have a whole lot of days to go before the end of the year.
Yes.
And so there's a whole lot of topics that we're going to cover. And there may be topics that, you may not want to listen to, you may not want to talk about, but we're going to bring them. We're going to bring them because people need to know that in spite of whatever they've gone through, there's hope, there's encouragement, and there is inspiration. We'll talk about the good, the bad, the indifferent, what relaxes you, what hypes you, what makes you feel good. We'll talk about health. We'll talk about rape. We'll talk about alcoholism. We'll talk about business. We'll talk about children. You name it. We're going to talk about it. So this project is so big. It's a God thing, and it's so big. Yeah. We need you. Okay. So we're putting the invitation out there to you if you would like to share. Today we have my special friend. I love my Soul Wealth sisters. I just love my Soul Wealth sisters. One of the things that we do, we help each other up to where we want to go, to meet our goal, to do what God has divinely put into us. And we stand on each other's shoulders. And I love that. That is what our fearless and incomparable leader, Dr. Vicki Johnson, that's what she teaches us. And she is so special in all of our lives. So we just want to honor her today. But today we have Lakisha. Lakisha, do me a favor. Pronounce your last name. I'm not going to destroy it. What is your last name?
McGaneyOsei, like Osei, can you see?
McGaneyOsei. Osei, can you see? Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. I met Lakisha a few years ago, and I just love how she loves to uplift other people, to encourage other people. The girl is bad. The girl is bad. She's a pioneer. She's a game changer, and she loves to help other people. Well, today we're going to hear from her, who's going to share about living. There's several components about living, and she's going to share with us A, B, C, D, all of that. And I want you to listen attentively, because you may be thinking, well, my life is almost over. Not so, not so. She's got a lot to share, and I ask that you embrace her and what she has to say. Lakisha, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm gonna take a moment just to play this for a few seconds. And I really didn't know how impactful this song was gonna be at this moment. Some of you all are familiar with it. Just take a couple moments to come into the room and settle yourselves. Suddenly the things you see got you hurt so bad, so bad. How come the things that make us
I like sunshine and rain, joy and pain. I like sunshine and rain. Love can be bitter. Love can be sweet. Sometimes devotion.
So, wow. First of all, my rap, I was going to say my hat, but my rap off to you, Queen, for just going with this vision, receiving the vision, but not holding on to it, allowing it to, like you said, permeate in the atmosphere. Project 365, 365 days in a year. And not one day should we go by with not having some type of hope, encouragement, inspiration, whether it's internally or externally. I already had decided I was going to play Joy and Pain because I was talking about life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're living life, you know that you're going to experience joy and pain. Well, what I didn't know is that literally we came on, we did our sound check real quick. It was very joyous. I said, I'll be right back.
Yes.
Just give me a minute. In that minute of just having this joy, I'm seeing this sister's face. You came to Wrapped in Wellness, my first event that I held, and that's where I met you. And so there was a moment of joy.
Yes.
So in the 1 minute that I went upstairs, I looked at my phone and there's all these inboxes and they're telling me that, my classmate just died and had a heart attack all of a sudden in 1 minute. Joy and pain existing simultaneous, because I'm so happy that I'm here in this moment to share. And at the same time, realizing that's 2 more babies out there who just lost their mom. Suddenly. So I don't know what I was going to say, but I know I'm about to say something different.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to follow the spirit.
Yes.
But live. If ever you didn't feel like you had a reason to live in the moment, just take that one example that I just gave you. A moment of joy, how quickly it can turn to a moment of pain. But what we can't stop doing despite it all is keep living while we still have breath. We have to live this one life that we get full out. So yes, I'm talking to you out there you're sitting, you're kind of nonchalantly laying on your couch and thinking, okay, this is another Zoom, one more to check off on my list of Zooms. No.
Right.
This is a moment to decide,
that's good.
I'm going to live my life full out. It is but a vapor. We keep hearing it.
Yep.
But 2020 said, let me really show it to
you. Mm-hmm.
Let me really show it to you how quickly that vapor can vaporize. So stop playing. Stop playing around with your relationships. Stop playing around with your family. who you thought you couldn't stand, but now that you haven't seen or touched them in 10 months, and you don't know when you will be able to again for real, stop playing with your life. We have to live. We have to, one, love ourselves unconditionally. So go ahead, get the notepad out. I know y'all been taking notes the other 28 days. This is no different. Because even when you had to pivot yesterday due to technical difficulties, he still made sure that there was a word of inspiration and encouragement that came out of this. Because this is an intentional hour, 20 minutes, whatever it takes. It is going to be an intentional 20 to 30 minutes of time that you need to lean into. And I'm going to lean in to it. So when we're talking about life, live, I'm just going to go back and say, I am Lakisha McGaneyOsei, and I am here to live, move, and overcome. So we're going to focus on living today. That L is so important. My girlfriend Leslie would say, it first starts with me unapologetically.
Right.
All about loving yourself unconditionally. Loving yourself when you're 30 pounds over. Loving yourself when you're 20 pounds under. Loving yourself in the relationship. Loving yourself out of the relationship. Loving yourself when she says bye, he says bye, the children say bye, act like they don't remember that you raised them. You still have to love, number one right here first, unconditionally.
Absolutely.
So when I saw that message and we played sports together, high school together, you're in your youth, you know, for that split second, it brings back the vigor that you remember you had in high school, running around 16, 17, 18, playing sports, feeling like life goes on forever. And then you're reminded it doesn't. At some point, it will come to an end for all of us. We lost one of the greatest women to ever walk this earth yesterday. And she walked it for 96 years. We don't even have to say her name because you all know the classy queen that I speak of. With the high cheekbones, the dark chocolate skin. Just a beautiful presence wherever she went. Someone posted about remembering watching Jane Pittman. I remember being a little girl watching that too. I mean, she graced the world for 96 years. I just don't feel like it's a coincidence that she laid out her life in her memoir. It literally just published this week. And then she passed before she even gets a chance to hear your reviews. You know why? She lived her best life. She don't have to wait for your review.
Right.
She said, I'm gonna drop it here. I know what I did during this dash. I lived.
That's so good.
When they told me you too dark, when they told me you too skinny, when you told me you just don't have the right mannerisms, she still said, oh, I'm gonna live this life. 96 years, you wait to write down a legacy that's gonna live beyond those 96 years. And you don't need to wait for nobody book review. I'm telling you, sit on that. On the 26th, it drops. At 96, she passes.
Mm.
What are you waiting for?
Right.
What are you waiting for? Love yourself unconditionally and live it full out while you're loving yourself. Because what she did, you can go ahead and put the I, she created impact wherever she went. You can't minimize your presence because you took busy looking out how big the presence is of someone else who walked in the room.
Wow.
You better make your presence felt when you walk in the room. Honey, impact wherever you go. I don't care if it is the grocery store. You can walk in there with your head wrap, your baseball cap. Don't do the shower cap, please.
Oh,
I'm just saying. You can do a head wrap in a second. You won't have to do the shower cap. That's just my little personal thing. But you walk in there with impact, whatever door you enter. Because you have to remember you're here not to simply impress. You can impress somebody for a few seconds and then you'll be a fleeting moment, but make some impact on their life and they will never forget you. That's why Dr. Vicky that you speak of is so highly regarded in spaces because she's impacting. And I have to confess, I'm like, I love all y'all, but I guess I'm not officially, in so well, but I love all y'all. I feel like I am.
right.
I'm gonna make my way in officially. But people like that are still people like you and me.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Let's understand that. They have worked, they have put in, they have dug and planted the seeds and reaping harvest. And they're saying to you, you can do this. You are no different to me. That's when you know you're dealing with the real deal. When they can endlessly tell you, I'm no different than you. You can do this too. And that's what she does with Soul Wealth. She looks at every single one of you and say, honey, you can be here.
Yep, that's right.
You can make the same impact. You have the vision that every day I'm going to bring in a new person for 365 days. That's impact. Mm. It might impress a few people, but it's going to impact hundreds, thousands of people outside of this little USA that we think is the bread and butter of everything, but across the waters. Mm-hmm. Somebody in Ghana probably watching you right now. Mm. So you better live full out, love yourself unconditionally, and create impacts. And stop worrying about impressing people.
Right.
Okay. You want longevity. Mm. You don't just want to like. Stop going after the likes, because when that button disappears, then what are you?
Right.
When they stop clicking like, what are
you? Right.
When you don't see the hearts floating up, what are you? You need to create impact. And that impact that you are going to create is going to bring value to those who can truly receive it. So yes, we living, we impacting, and we're creating value. I have made a conscious decision to surround myself intentionally with people who are bringing value to others. Mm-hmm. I don't need no girlfriends to run the street with.
Right.
I need some girlfriends who are turning the streets out. Okay. You know, back in the day, yes, I was Thursday night, college night, free night for the ladies when I was 18. But at 48, in a couple of weeks, at 48, I'm in these streets a lot different.
Right.
And so my circle is a lot different because I want value added as I give value. It was one of my a mentor way back in my Minnesota days. I went to college in Minneapolis. My dad was a soldier in the Army. His last duty station was Fort Snelling, Minnesota. Fort Snelling, Minnesota. We done lived all our lives loving being military brats, and you ended in Minnesota? We were like, why do we have to go there? Is there anybody like us there? That was one of the best places it turns out I ever lived, because it molded me and made me understand just how adaptable, how flexible that I am because of my travels as a military brat. And so I learned to value relationships differently because of that path, because we didn't waste a lot of time like messing around. We're here, let's make some friends, let's get along, because we don't know how long we're gonna be here. So in a military brat's mind, you don't waste a lot of time.
Right.
You build the relationships because you don't know how long you're gonna be there. So you got to find people who bring value to you and that you can also give value to them.
That's good.
Okay.
That is good.
You have to. So watch your circle.
Ooh.
It's 360. Okay. But you decide how wide the diameter is. Some of y'all need to bring it.
Yes. That's good.
We all got that same 360, but some of y'all need to bring it in. Everybody can't be a part of the circle, not the inner circle.
Right.
They can be on the outer circle, but not everybody can be in that inner circle.
And then you have one more circle, and that's the friend. You have the friend, the inner circle, and the associates.
Thank you. And be very clear, your associates are not your friends. Yes. Your associates can become your friends, but they are not your friends. And not all your friends are your inner circle.
Right. That's right.
So we have to be clear about the values that we assign to our relationships.
Yes.
Because some of us get stumped because we assign value to them that they're not ready to receive.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good.
They're not ready to receive. They don't have the capacity to hold that value. So when someone sends a message like that to me, I remember the value that this woman gave to me as a 17-year-old girl. You know, I met her when I was a senior in high school. I was only there my senior year. I'm an Army brat. I went to 4 high schools.
Ooh.
4 high schools in 4 years. 3 high schools in 2 of those years. So see, I learned to value relationships.
Yes.
I can pick them.
Hey.
And so this was someone that, you know, her work ethic was unbelievable on the court and off the court. I've watched her over the years raising her children. We watching people raise their children through Facebook. that we would have never otherwise ever seen.
Yeah.
So I know the circle, the relationship she has built as well. And that impacts me because
Yeah.
I'm tied into those circles and relationships.
That is so good. And
Okay.
it allows us to see with our own eyes naturally, and then we can see with our spirit,
Yes.
our spiritual eyes as well. So
Yes.
that thank you so very much for that share. Isn't it amazing
Mhm.
how quickly things had to turn?
Yes.
It's amazing. But when we listen
Literally
to
1 minute, right?
1 minute,
Like, yes, I'll be right back.
you
And by
showed
the
it,
time I
you were
got to
like
the
that.
top of the stairs, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It had to take a minute.
Yeah.
Like my computer even knew it took it like shut off for a second. I didn't even shut it off. It just shut off for a second. I was like, no, we're connected.
And we were just thinking, where is she? She just said she
Yeah,
was going to
I
come
was
right
just
back.
here. But it was like even the computer was like, just take a second to reboot. And it just shut down.
Wow.
And then came back right back up.
You think about it, that's a message within itself. Sometimes you do have to shut down and come back.
Shut down and reboot.
Shut it down.
And reboot.
And I'm right there right now. Like literally, I
Mm.
shut it down. I told my job, I said, I need 30 days.
Yeah.
And I have it, it's mine. I'm gonna take it.
Mm.
We have to be not afraid to say we need a moment.
Yes.
I work for
Absolutely.
Fairfax County Health Department. Yes, we are in a pandemic. Yes, I was deployed all summer, all spring, into the fall. But when I got that alert this time and I saw the anxiety that captured me, that overwhelmed me in that moment, I said, oh no, not me.
Mm-hmm.
I worked too hard to get where I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to decline and I'm going to take 30-day leave for myself.
For myself.
For myself.
Exactly. And plus you have family. You have to think
Yes.
about them. It's not just you. You have to think
No.
about them as well.
Exactly. So when you just send me alert saying, hey, we need you in 2 days to be able to work 12-hour shifts, which is going to turn into a 13, 14-hour day when you
Easily.
consider the commuting. No.
No.
My mind is not there right now. Someone else will do it. But right now, Lakisha is first.
Exactly. Thank
Lakisha
you
is
so
first.
much, Lakisha. I really appreciate
Thank
that
you.
share. I appreciate you having a keen ear to hear Holy Spirit say pivot, shift,
Yes.
all of that. And you would think you had thought about this the whole time.
Yeah.
When my spiritual father always says, keep your ear to God's mouth, so that you can hear what he says to say. You can hear what he says to do. You can hear what he says in a sense of where to go, how to do something. So I appreciate that. But before we go, I love the head wrap. I love
Yes.
the earrings. So look, in the few minutes that we have left, tell us about that and how we can secure a set for ourselves.
Except for yourself. So as part of, Joy is just over yonder, which is my kind of my holistic health and wellness business. And I'm also a reflexologist and have trained in reflexology and level 1 Reiki. I love African prints. I was married to a Ghanaian and I have been really since high school, I've been wrapping my head. I started wrapping in high school. So over 25, years ago. So Boutique Essentials by LMOsei is my mobile boutique that I have where I sell head wraps. I sell these lovely fabric earrings. I just literally received a new shipment fresh from Ghana of various head wraps. So on my Facebook page, if you do the ad at I am LMOsei, my boutique will pop up. And so you can tell it, we're in the process, we're uploading all the inventory to the website. It's taking a little bit longer. So hopefully this weekend, the website will go live. And Boutique Essentials by LMOsei is the business. So the website version of it is BE by BYLMOSEI.com. So that will be our new website where you'll be able to pick these up. I will probably go live actually this evening just to show people a little bit more of what came into this season. I accept everything, Cash App, PayPal, and you'll be able to buy directly on the website. All the earrings are handmade in Ghana. This is one of my personal wraps, but the lovely lady that had some of the head wraps I got in, and I have waist beads because as we move through life, when I tell you, I have some beautiful crystal handmade waist beads that they sent me as well. So I can't wait for everything to get uploaded to share with you all. So as we live, I just want to say we went LIV, and you know my thing, the E, elevate each other, but also, embrace the queen within you. Okay, I can't leave that out. I just can't leave without saying that. Embrace the queen within you. Walk, rap for me also means walk royally and purposely. So when we rap, everything is intentional with me. We don't just rap, you walk royally and purposely into your vision.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so very much. I surely appreciate that. That information as far as where we can get your head wraps and all of that, email that to Project 365 to Kira.
Okay.
All right.
I will.
We will make, and she's such a good co-host. She will make sure that information
I've been watching her with her beautiful self.
Isn't she beautiful?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Kira, you got it.
All right. So I just want to make a couple of points and then we'll wrap up and get ready for tomorrow. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on our broadcast, especially when you just had a loss like right before, so you are a perfect example of what we were talking about yesterday, shifting and going with the punches, and just still being who you're supposed to be and doing what you're supposed to do in spite of. So I just want to thank you so much.
You're
and
welcome.
just to reiterate, guys, what she said about creating impact wherever you are and whatever you do. It's so simple to do that because I know sometimes you can get a little overwhelmed, like, well, how can I create impact? Like, oh, little me, or maybe you're just like, you know what, my dreams are too big. I don't know where to start. All you have to do is just stand firm in who you are, be yourself without comparison, and be brave and bold enough to manifest and fulfill your dreams and your purpose in spite of. That's all you have to do. When you're worried about yourself and you're taking care of yourself and just being who you are, everything will line up and you don't have to worry about the little small things. And once those small petty things that, kind of gnaw at us don't matter anymore, that's when your inner joy and your peace and patience, everything just comes out, just radiates from within, and you're just living and not just existing. So I thank you so much for reiterating that for us today. And please, when we'll post her information so you can go support her business as well. And before we go, I just want to remind you all of the health challenge. Speaking of taking care of yourself, please join us in our health challenge. The end date is going to be July the 16th. So you have plenty of time to get healthy. We have a few slots left if you'd like to send your photo of yourself with your weight, like in your face in it. So, work that out and email us, please. We'll link that also in our description. But yeah, guys, come on, we can do this. We're rewarding you guys monetarily. We're going to give $2 for every pound you lose up to 25 pounds. And the person who loses the most, I'm doubling that for you. So take advantage of this time to not only take care of yourself, get healthy, but win some money. It's like a win-win. So that's all I have to say today. Anything else we need to discuss today?
No, I'm done. Oh, don't forget to go to YouTube and subscribe. That's it.
subscribe.
Absolutely.
Thanks again, Lakisha. I so appreciate
Thank
you.
Thank you all.
And we shall see everyone tomorrow. God bless and see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Peace.